everybody. Welcome back to the Community Arts Council podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Seth Winters.
And I'm your other host, Gordon Fishman.
And we welcome you here today to the Enclave Coffee House, once again, in Cleveland, Ohio.
That's right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the listeners we have here in the coffee house today, and welcome to the home listener who's listening to this via podcast.
Via podcast, whether you're at home on the treadmill, maybe you've got your hands full with the toddlers, maybe you're watering the garden, maybe you're taking a jog.
Maybe you're just having a bath.
Maybe you're having a bath. That's a nice bath. Good job with the bath.
It is a good, this would be a good bath listen.
But we are here, as we always are.
That's right.
Live on tape in the coffee house. We got a pretty full little crowd here.
We do.
In terms of our crowd, it's never huge.
We do. We have some regulars. I see some new faces out there.
Hey, welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. We're on the internet now, our podcast. We've been cranking these things out and posting them on the internet. So if you are listening on the internet, thank you for listening on the internet. Welcome to the internet.
Welcome to the internet.
Thank you, internet.
We're on iTunes podcast. We're on YouTube.com.
YouTube.com. That's exciting.
It is very exciting.
I watch a lot of stuff on the internet. I don't know about you.
Ooh, yeah, I like internet.
Are you an internet guy?
I'm an internet guy through and through. I like videos of all kinds.
I like videos. I'll like them. I'll share them. I'll do all the stuff. I have a lot of email chains that I forward to people. Kind of funny jokes and videos that I like to share with everybody.
Really? I don't. You send those out?
You might not be on that chain.
Oh, okay.
I'll get you on the chain.
Yeah, put me on.
Get on my mailing list.
Yeah, I'll get on your mailing list.
Today's a very exciting episode.
It is.
Today we're posting our review of a brand new restaurant that is in town here that everybody keeps running their mouth about.
No one will shut up
about it.
Yeah.
You know, we eat out every once in a while. We do treat ourselves, but our wives are fantastic chefs.
Yeah.
So we actually will eat at home a lot. Sometimes we'll bring bag lunches with us here. But we actually, we got out on the town and we went to a restaurant, guys.
And we're going to give you a review of that restaurant, an exclusive review of a brand new restaurant here today.
Now this restaurant is called
Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille. Let's say that one more time in case no one heard it. Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille.
And Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille is, it's by the way, the grill part is spelled with an E at the end.
Yeah.
Grill.
Right. Which is confusing.
And we never really got a clean answer on that one.
Right.
I think they're just trying to fancy it up a little bit just by adding the E on the end.
Right.
It works for me.
Yeah, it works.
I'm not impressed by it.
Right.
But it works.
Yeah.
So I know one of the things that everyone's probably thinking right now at this exact moment is, how do you guys go and do restaurant reviews? Doesn't everybody give you special treatment?
Right.
Doesn't everybody notice you constantly?
Right.
The answer is yes, people do notice us. People do give us special treatment. But we did something special for this review, didn't we?
We did. We went undercover, basically. We dressed up in disguise.
And we were in disguise the whole time. We're going to talk a little bit about our disguise.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about our experience there at the restaurant.
Right.
And actually, we are going to play for you guys. We brought a recorder with us.
Yeah, we have some exclusive audio from our visit to the restaurant.
We did a full comprehensive deal here. I mean, we did everything from curb appeal, what it was like outside, what the parking situation was like, what the food was like, and we sort of just top to bottom talked about this place and everything that you can experience in going to this place. Anyway, we made a field report, and it's a little bit of snippets from our experience at the restaurant. So stay tuned for that, guys. It's very, very exciting. We were very enthused about it. But before we dive into that, we want to just read a couple of reviews from the community. These are people that actually went online and left a review of Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille, because we wanted to see what you guys had to say about it before we posted our thoughts on it. So do you have a review queued? I'll read one, you read one. These are real life reviews, people actually in the community that had something to say about Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille.
Yeah.
Grill with an E at the end.
Grill with an E at the end. This one's from Yelp, and Gregory says, I am obsessed with this place. Let me repeat that. I am obsessed with this place.
He actually said, let me repeat that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything is amazing and perfect. I am a ceviche expert, and I still can't decide which one of all the ones they have are my favorites. I am a Mexican man and very picky about Mexican food. Before finding this place, I wasn't into any other Mexican restaurant, but now I found my favorite one. It's here. Their menu is truly Mexican, and what Mexicans eat. And we don't eat chimichangas and taco salad, by the way. It has an amazing casual vibe, excellent service, great prices, and it's the best Mexican food in Ohio. It was easy to find parking for me also. Goodbye.
Wow.
Interesting.
How many stars?
That's 5 stars out of 5.
5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And by the way, if you haven't already noticed, Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grill is a Mexican place.
It is.
Serving Mexican fare.
Authentic Mexican cuisine.
One of my favorite types of food. I have a lot of really exotic taste buds.
Huh.
So I can't eat normal, everyday, American food. It just kind of bores me after a while. So I need to
Really?
branch out to some more exotic fare.
It's funny, though, because the other day I saw you eating a Nutter Butter.
I mean, that's not to say I won't ever eat a Nutter Butter. I
Huh.
go
But you
all
said-
over the spectrum.
But you said you wouldn't eat like regular stuff, though. But I saw you eating a Nutter Butter.
No, I prefer to be exotic with my
Huh.
meals.
Well-
But I have you had a 5-star review.
Yeah.
And I have actually this one's actually a 2-star review. We had to balance this out a little bit with a little bit of the bad, a little bit of the good. Mine's from Shelly in Parma. She says, disclaimer, I may not be doing this place justice as I did not try the ceviche. Everybody keeps talking about the ceviche.
I know.
I did try the Baja taco, very good. The carne asada, meh, unimpressed. And the al pastor pork, tough and dry. Each taco was street taco style at a steep $6-ish each. The guac was fresh and good, but also way overpriced for what you get. Do not get the salsas, such a ripoff and not good. Overall, we spent $60 before tip on 3 street tacos, guac, tiny salsa, and 2 beers. Hardly enough to feed 2 people. Luckily, our server accidentally brought us an extra taco. Otherwise, we probably would have left hungry.
Wow.
2 stars. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not horrible. It's not like,
Right.
screw this place. I found whatever, a mouse underneath my bread or something.
Right.
But
But it's certainly not a good review.
it's certainly not a good review. But that doesn't matter. That's just what people are saying.
That's what people are saying. And yeah. Right.
Most people have been glowing about it, actually.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I usually, on Wednesdays, it's garbage day, and I usually will kind of wait up really, really early for the garbage men to come by.
Oh.
Just because, well, I'll get to that later, but I was actually by my window drinking my coffee waiting for the garbage men to show up, and they showed up, and they were actually, as they threw my trash into the truck,
Right.
Those trucks they drive.
Yeah.
garbage trucks.
Garbage trucks. Yeah.
As they were throwing trash into these garbage trucks that they use, they
Yeah.
were talking about Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grill and how good it was.
Oh. Interesting.
We had a pretty good time I don't want to give too much away,
Yeah.
but we did have a pretty good time at
We had
Timmy
a good
Calypso's
time.
Midnight Grill.
And we're going to get a little bit later into our more detailed full review. So here's the clip of
Our trip
to Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grill.
All right, everybody, we are on the road. The wheels are moving. Gordon is driving. I am sitting in the passenger seat. And we are in disguise. We are dressed up not in our normal attire because we are doing a restaurant undercover review today. We are on our way to Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grill, brand new restaurant here in town. And we are in the car, we are driving, but I just want to describe some of our disguises. I'll start with me. I'm wearing a blue wool cardigan and a bright green polo shirt with some old corduroy pants. And actually, I had makeup done, so I look like a very elderly man right now. I have the full-on Hollywood makeup routine. So you've got wrinkles on my face and blazing white hair atop of my head with a little swimmer's cap to make it look like I'm balding. I have very, very thick hair normally, a beautiful mane, But right now, my hair is looking bald because we are going undercover. We don't want anyone to notice who we are. Everybody in this town knows who we are, so we don't want them to recognize us because we don't want any kind of special treatment.
And this is Gordon talking. Seth is sort of dressed as an old man, and I'm sort of dressed as, like, the old man's wayward son. You know, like, kind of, like, strung out. I have long hair and, like, eye makeup. You know, like, eyeliner and lots of bracelets and stuff like that. I'm wearing just a big trench coat.
You kind of look like a young Johnny Depp.
Right, exactly. And you remember, like, the trench coat mafia? Remember the kids?
I don't want to remember it, but unfortunately I do remember, yes.
I kind of look like a trench coat mafia guy.
Okay, well, you're looking good. It's a good incognito disguise. I would have preferred something a little bit more incognito. Like, you know, I did the full-on prosthetics.
Right.
This took me about 4 hours to get into,
right.
And it looks like you just kind of threw something together.
No, I mean, that's not really the case at all, and I mean, it doesn't really how much time you spend on the thing. It's the effectiveness of it, and I feel mine will play better in the real world, and yours is kind of like it's too much. You went too far, and it's too unreal, and I'm about realism.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, here's the thing. Either way, both of us are unrecognizable as our real selves because, again, we have such high celebrity in this town that anywhere we go, we wouldn't be able to give them a fair assessment, a fair shake, because they would recognize us and give us special treatment. So,
yeah, that's true. I mean, we if we walked into this restaurant as ourselves, it would be like Beatlemania.
Yeah. I mean, we're really going to do a full-on comprehensive review, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. I'm starving and I'm ready to review.
All right, so everything from top to bottom, including the restrooms, including the waiter or waitresses, what they look like, you know, what kind of napkins. I'm a big napkin guy. I gotta have a nice, strong.
You are a napkin guy.
I enjoy having a nice, strong, absorbent a napkin. Nothing over the top, but nothing.
Under the top.
Yeah, nothing. Well, everything is kind of under the top, but
well, I don't know about that, but yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, I like a good napkin, so that's something for me. Is there anything that you're going to be looking out for specifically?
You're so right about the napkin thing. For me, I've always been more of an after dinner mint kind of guy. I'm real interested to see what they have in the way of after dinner mints. Are they the chalky kind? Are they the traditional peppermint? Are they the little white balls? You know, I'm going to pay real close attention to that, and I'm a mint guy. What do you want?
Okay, all right. So he's looking out for the mints. I'm a napkin guy, but we're going to do a full-on comprehensive review, guys. Right now we're still driving. Gordon is driving us. We are passing all of our normal restaurants that we would normally, the junky places that we would normally go eat at.
The places where everyone listening to this usually goes.
Yep.
Really shitty, just kind of like pedestrian, kind of dumb places.
I used to get all my chicken and vegetables from the chicken and vegetable house over there. That's where I normally would go to get my chicken and vegetables. Over here is the Math Blasters Center. It's where I learn to do all my math. But that's not a restaurant. And it's the weekend, so it's not even open on the weekend. But I would imagine if this was a weekday that there would be a whole mess of students doing all forms of math and getting tutored. And I wonder what they eat. Probably just brown bag lunches that their moms and daddies pack them. But anyways, guys, we're en route to Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille, and maybe they'll have a quesadilla, or maybe they'll have a taco, or maybe they'll have nachos. What are you hoping they have?
Well, I really hope they have ceviche, and I hope they have a margarita, and after a margarita, I like to have a Diet Coke.
I've never had a ceviche in my goddamn life, so I'm interested to see what a ceviche tastes like. Now, is that like spinach and artichoke dip? Is that ceviche?
No, nothing could be more wrong than what you just said. A ceviche is traditionally raw seafood, including even raw shrimp, cut up into small, tiny pieces, mixed with lime juice. So either they're not cooked, but the acidity of the lime juice will actually partially cook the fish and the shrimp, and it's mixed together with some sort of vegetable element.
Wow, that sounds good. So it kind of is like a spinach artichoke dip sort of thing, but instead of spinach, maybe you have raw seafood, and instead of the artichokes, maybe you have the lime. It's all kind of similar. It's basically just, throw a bunch of stuff into a bowl and mix it together. And that's really the heart of it all when you get down to it. But we're getting close, guys, and I'm excited. And you can hear the grumbling of the tumblies. The rumbling of the tummies. I'll put the mic up so maybe you can hear. Gotcha. That was just my mouth moving, and I do a lot of sound effects with my mouth, and that's kind of just one of my many traits that I have. All right, everybody, we are parking the car here, and I'm getting out. Gordon is parking the car right now. It's a beautiful, sunshiny day. I had to step out of the car because the parking spot is right up against a shrub, and I don't want to get out into the middle of a shrub.
We're here. Looks really nice, and there's a nice awning, and it's sunny, and we're going to go inside and eat.
It's a large corner lot brick building with ivy covered all over the outside of the building. Overtaking the building in an ancient brick building with a large navy blue awning.
Yeah, I'm an awning guy. Even more so than you're a napkin guy, I'm an awning guy, and I like this one.
They're not directly... You're not able to make a direct comparison of the two because they are so different, but I get your point. But it is a navy blue large awning with Mexican Baja Kitchen scrawled across the front of it. And there is a large buzzing neon light with the name Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille buzzing in neon across it. So it's a very lengthy name to get in neon. It must have cost them a fortune for that. I'm gonna say hello, hi, table for two. That's how I'm gonna say it. Does that work for you?
That works.
All right, everybody. We're here, sitting in front of a beautiful stack of tortilla chips and some salsa. Salsa tastes very good. Got a couple margaritas in the works.
We also ordered some ceviche, and we're very excited about it. That's all I can say right now. I'm very nervous. My bracelets are... I'm starting to sweat underneath all these bracelets, basically. Let's leave it at that. It's a lot of sweat, but I'm excited.
All right, guys, we got 2 margaritas. I got a spicy margarita, and here you go. I'm gonna take my first sip right now. Very refreshing. I can tell that the lime juice is very fresh, freshly squeezed lime juice. None of that Down Julio mixing stuff from Giant Eagle.
And here we go. I'm trying my margarita. It's very good. I love salt in all its forms. If I could, I'd just eat salt right out of a bowl with a spoon. This is very good. It's very salty. I spilled a little bit on my Pantera shirt. I'll have to get that figured out later, but so far so good.
The ceviche just arrived at the table here. It's delicious. You were right. It is like a raw sort of seafood. This is sea bass ceviche with like an avocado in there. It's like a green ceviche with some spicy salsa mixed in. Very delicious. Very delicate, I would say. That would be the word that I would use to describe it. Delicate.
Yeah, delicate is a good word. It's not exactly the word I would use. I'd use a better word, which is tasty. Delicate is just a dumb word to use here. But I get what you mean. I know you, so I know what you mean by that, but it's not right. It is very good, though.
The decor in here is very much what you would think of when you think of a nice, modern Mexican restaurant. A little bit upscale, but not too fancy. Our tablecloth is a nice floral print, and there is culturally accurate music playing in the background, which I like. So far, no one has recognized us, but that's good. That means our plan's working.
I just got back from the bathroom, and the bathroom is very nice. There's hand towels. They got a guy in there handing you the hand towels, and he puts a little soap on your hand, and he's a nice guy. I mean, we might hang out later after this without you, just me and him. And it's always nice to make a new friend that's different from your normal friends that you love them, but you get kind of like, it's nice to have a new friend,
The napkin situation is very good quality napkins. They're a la carte napkins, which means they're in a large tin in the middle of the table that you can take out at your leisure and use them as needed. I'm not sure what the thread count on these bad boys are, but they are disposable. They get the job done. They're not the fanciest napkins I've ever seen. They're not the worst napkins I've ever seen. But they're absorbent. I wouldn't want to have a t-shirt made out of them. But for a napkin, I'll take it. It passes my standards for napkins. Let's just say that. I heard our server say something about a hot sauce, which I'm very interested to try. I'll report back in a moment. Next up, we just got some tacos. Fantastic tacos. They're street tacos. So it's a small little corn tortilla with a bunch of meat in there.
My tacos taste very, very good. I made eye contact with the chef earlier. Without meaning to, I just caught eyes with him, and we had a sort of, it was almost like a psychic moment. I don't know what happened or what transpired in that moment, but I kind of blacked out for a second, and now I'm eating the food that he has made for me, and I am happy. I think maybe he was just trying to psychically prepare me for this, and it worked. Oh, he's looking at me again, and I'm looking at him. We just nodded at each other, and now he walked away. I'll keep you posted on my eye contact with the chef.
These aren't your Nana's margaritas. I can taste the liquor in there. I like it.
The plates and bowls are multicolored. They're different shades of blue and green. The food lay upon the plates in such a way that it accents both the food and the plate. I'll report back soon.
I requested the hottest hot sauce that they have, and the server told me that it's called blow your butthole hot sauce. And I didn't know what he meant by that. I was completely oblivious to what he actually meant by that. But then I had some, and then I had to go into the restroom. And when I was in there, I had diarrhea out of my butthole, and it burned. But let's not talk about that. I went to the bathroom, and I saw the bathroom attendant, and he hooked me up with the real napkins. The exclusive napkins, the 3,000 Egyptian thread count napkins. Gordon is using the everyday, average, normal house napkins, and I'm using the luxury napkins. He doesn't know, so don't tell him.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
I'm sitting here full of food, full of cuisine. I feel good. I'm satisfied. All the employees are giving me thumbs up as if to indicate that I did a great job. They all love my selections and what I chose to eat. They're not really looking at Gordon, but they are looking at me. I'm going to go ahead right now and give them also all a thumbs up.
None of the employees gave me a thumbs up or anything, but it's because I was talking to the chef earlier. He nodded me over and he said, the employee, well, he said, look, I'll give it to you straight. The employees are too embarrassed to look at you. They like you too much. They're too embarrassed to look at you. He said, I'll talk to you because I'm a chef and I'm a pro and I get it. But like he said, it's hard for even me to look at you.
All right, guys, so we're standing outside of Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille, and we're just kind of overwhelmed by the fabulous meal that we just had.
Yeah, I'm kind of speechless, honestly.
We're both now wearing our Timmy Calypso Midnight Grille T-shirts, souvenir T-shirts that we bought, and holding on to our souvenir mugs, our Timmy Calypso souvenir mugs that we got.
Yes, and as we exited the restaurant, we got a standing ovation from everyone in the restaurant.
Everybody sort of stood up and bowed down to us and said, have a great weekend, have a good night.
The interesting thing is, too, that they didn't know who we were. They just thought we were just some random people, and they still gave us a round of applause. So it was pretty nice.
And we had a great experience inside, and we're sort of, we were just out front holding on to our pregnant bellies and burping a little bit as to relieve a little bit of the pressure from our tummies. And the server actually slipped me a Timmy Calypso Midnight Grille skull do-rag. One of those stretchy fabric cloth, the do-rags that kind of fit snugly atop of your head. And what a great meal. If a great meal like that can't bring a extremely handsome father and his ugly-looking wayward son together, I'm not sure what else can.
Well, yeah, I think you're right, except for the ugly thing. I think we're both sort of handsome and in our own way.
Let's get back into the car and head back to the coffee shop here so that we can get a full-on report. There we go, everybody. There's our little insight into Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille. Yeah. And now we're basically going to give you guys a full rundown of kind of how that whole experience there. I know you guys were able to hear some of our feelings in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We'll kind of give you a recap here. I just want to say that our disguises were actually they worked very well. Nobody knew who we were.
Yeah.
So that was very helpful for us.
The old man and his wayward son is a good... If you're looking for a good disguise, go with and you have two people, and you're going to do an undercover restaurant review. You could do a lot worse than the old man and his wayward son.
They didn't have any idea who we were.
Yeah.
And that was actually kind of a cool, refreshing feeling. Not something that we experience very often.
Right. Usually when we walk around, there's a lot of you fans to see us and notice us, and it's nice.
It is very nice.
And I don't want to be one of those people that's like I don't like that, it's like a little like it's part of the gig.
It's part of it, yeah.
But after, it's nice to not have that once in a while.
So we cruised on down there. We had a beautiful day weather-wise.
Oh yeah.
To kind of cruise on down there.
Very beautiful.
And we got down there, and when we walked in, we were greeted by the beautiful, overwhelming scent of freshly cooking tortillas.
Yeah.
We were greeted by the host of the restaurant, who was very kind. He was very tall and muscular.
He was.
He had very cool little glasses on that he wore.
Very cool glasses. Very helpful. Very genuinely helpful. But anyway, I had the long hair. I had a Pantera T-shirt on.
Yeah, we walked in that front door, and all the heads kind of turned to look at us.
They did.
And I heard one woman say, "Oh, that's nice. They're spending time together."
Right.
And, yeah.
The man and his wayward son are spending time together. And I did see one elderly woman kind of looked at us.
Yeah.
And
she was checking me out, I think, wasn't she?
No.
Oh.
She
it seemed to me that
if anything, she was checking me out.
I pick up a lot of signals.
Yeah, but they're usually not right.
No, I do actually pick up a lot of signals.
I don't think you're right about this one. But I think she looked at us and I think she kind of recognized us. She's like, "Wait, is that?"
Oh, really?
Is that Gordon and Seth? But then, she realized, no, that's an old man and his wayward son.
Oh, okay, yeah. The menu was printed on like a stone slab, similar to like what I imagine what the Ten Commandments were chiseled onto.
Right.
And he gave us little stone slabs that had the menu on it.
Yeah.
And we got a little cocktail menu.
Mm-hmm.
It had margaritas on there.
Oh, yeah.
And we ordered a couple margaritas, didn't we?
We did. They were very, very good. If you like margaritas, you got to go to this place.
Really fresh lime juice. He actually ID'd you too, didn't he?
He did ID me.
He did.
That's
ID
how.
And you
that's
pulled
how.
your little chain wallet out and popped that ID out of there. And
Absolutely. Thank you for noticing the chain wallet. That's how good my costume looked. I looked under 21.
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
And then what do we do? My eyes darting around the restaurant, and then I thought, okay, I know what I need to do. I need to dial into the ceviche because everybody and their mother keeps talking about the freaking ceviche. So we decide, I'm zeroing in on that ceviche.
And we ordered it.
They had several different kinds of ceviche.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like ceviche. I'm thinking it's like a broccoli. It's a broccoli is a broccoli. You know, an egg is an egg.
Mm-hmm. Ceviche.
Not the case. They had about 18 different kinds of ceviche.
Yeah, you couldn't have been more wrong about that.
The ceviche was really good. The tortilla chips. I forgot to say when we sat down, we were welcomed by a giant stack of warm tortilla chips.
You stupidly passed over that part.
And a liquidy, I would say medium heat salsa.
Yeah.
Which
chips and salsa.
I quite enjoyed.
It was very tasty.
Very delicious.
And meanwhile, as this is all going on, the waiter is being very helpful. Very helpful.
Oh my God.
I got a refill on water and Diet Coke about 10 times.
He kept saying thank you for your service to me.
Yeah.
Which I appreciated.
There was one weird thing he did. He kept giving me a thumbs up when you weren't looking.
No.
And he showed me like $100 bill, and he just kept giving me a thumbs up, and then looking at me, and then looking at the $100 bill, looking at me, looking at the $100 bill, and then he gave me the $100 bill as we were leaving.
Anyway, he probably gave you money so that you could take your grandfather out for a nice, or maybe just to buy him something new. That doesn't even involve you.
No.
Maybe it's just for me. Maybe spend the money on me.
Something about he wanted me to just have fun and be frivolous, and he just thought I was really cool, I guess.
After we ordered the ceviche and we enjoyed some of that, we took a tour of the taco street, which is like a little street they have out back.
Right.
You walk down and there's just men holding little tacos, and you can kind of smell them and feel them.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I don't know. I mean, there's about 50 employees back there just holding tacos.
It seems like an expensive situation.
I know. I don't know how they pay all of them.
I don't know how they pay all of them, but they were out there. I guess it was sort of like the intention was to sort of just display all of the tacos that they have that are options on their menu.
Right.
I've never been to a restaurant like that before.
Me neither. And I've been to a lot of really nice restaurants.
So we walked down Taco Street and just kind of felt and smelled and rubbed against all the tacos that they had.
Mm-hmm.
And after settling on our taco choices, I went with a pastor taco and a barbacoa taco.
And we should say also the ceviche period is over.
Yeah, no, we sucked that stuff up.
So I ordered 2 tacos as well. I also got a barbacoa taco, and it was very good. And I got a different something different.
Yeah, what was the second taco choice?
Pork belly.
Oh, a pork belly taco. And how did you like the pork belly taco?
I enjoyed it very, very much.
Did you?
Did I like it better than the barbacoa taco? Ask me.
I don't know. Did you like it more than the barbacoa taco?
No, I didn't. I like the barbacoa more.
I'm so glad that I asked that.
Daddy likes his barbacoa. Okay.
The barbacoa one was very good. I wonder if I liked the pastor taco better than the barbacoa taco.
I don't remember.
Ask me.
I don't remember asking you that. Did you like the barbacoa more than the pastor? No.
Good question. I kind of liked the pastor better, I think.
Okay, great. What else was there?
It was very delicate.
Right.
Did I mention that?
You meant, while you were eating it and now, so I get to hear it twice.
No, I said we were there, I said that the ceviche was delicate. While we're here, I'm saying right now, see, hi, I'm over here. See me? I'm talking to you. I'm saying now that the taco was delicate.
Well, we decided to start calling you Mr. Delicate.
I enjoy delicacies. It's the plural form of delicate. You went to the bathroom, didn't you, too? By the way, just a quick aside. What was talk about the bathroom
That's
situation.
true. I did go into the bathroom. So the bathroom. The bathroom was very nice. There was a gentleman in there handing out towels and mints, and remember, I'm a mint guy, so I like that.
Yeah. Did you have to pay for how much did you have to pay for the mint?
Nothing. It's free. I tipped the man.
I was just gonna say you're supposed to give him.
I did.
Something.
Oh, I did.
I don't know. We're gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to check into that. Actually, I don't believe he actually did give him anything.
I gave him a $5 bill. Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
Ever heard of him?
That's a little bit too. That's a little bit rich.
Oh no!
He was
Well,
probably
no.
freaked out by that.
I know.
It's like,
No.
why did this guy give me $5 for a mint?
No, because I like to
Why
give.
did this wayward son, this weird teen, give me a $5 bill? Looks like he can't even afford a hemp necklace from PacSun, let alone a $5 mint.
Look, I like to give back to the working man and the working woman. Okay. So anyway, his name is Jimmy, and we're friends now, as I talked about on the field report. And it's nice to have a new friend. So this was a great trip. I made a new friend, and the meal was great.
I understand now why everybody is raving about the newest restaurant in town,
Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille, with an E at the end.
And now I think it's time that we give our official rating.
Yeah.
Of Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille. Grill, of course.
With an E at
the end, yeah. And let's give our official rating. So out of 5 stars, what do you give? You go first. What do you give our experience at Timmy Calypso's Midnight Grille?
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please.
4.5. 4.5 stars.
4.5 out of 5.
Mm-hmm. And it was everything was perfect, except they didn't have an after dinner mint.
They didn't have a mint in the bathroom though, didn't they?
No, that's true.
You paid $5 for a mint.
No, well,
You're telling me they didn't have any mints?
No. I got a mint in the bathroom, but in the $5 was more of a donation to the working class. But I like a post-dinner mint. The mint is all about timing for the mint. Everything else was perfect. I had a Diet Coke. The Diet Coke was nice and fresh.
Yeah, was the Diet Coke? I didn't pay attention because I don't care. But what were you drinking a Diet Coke out of a can or a bottle, or was it a fountain, or what was?
They gave me a can with a glass with the lime in it. I'm a guy who likes a lot of different drinks when I'm eating dinner at a restaurant.
You're a liquid guy.
I'm a liquid guy. I like to have a water, and in this case, I like to have a water, a Diet Coke, a Margarita. I like a lot of options for drinks.
Yeah.
And they were all good. So
you got a Diet Coke with a lime inside.
Yeah.
Did they give you was there ice in the glass?
There was no ice in the glass, but the Diet Coke was very cold, the can.
That seems odd to me.
Really?
A glass with no ice.
That's true.
And a lime and just a can of Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I wonder how much they charge us for that.
That's true. Probably a lot.
Because I split the bill with you, which means that I actually had to pay for part of that.
Huh. But you ordered the hot towel with your meal.
That's right. I did order that hot towel. I forgot about that.
So yeah. I paid for part of that. So we call it even.
And actually, it's I'm a napkin guy. I've already said this. It's my thing. I would probably give it. Do you want to know what I would give it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since you asked, I would give it a straight up 4-star.
Oh.
Solid 4-star. But that hot sauce was really good. 4 stars. The service was really good. 4 stars. The taco thing a little bit weird. The price thing a little bit too pricey. A little bit too pricey. But all in all, 4 stars is very solid.
It's a solid rating.
And so I understand why people are running their mouths about it. I get it.
Absolutely.
And we had a great time doing this, didn't we?
We really did. We ought to do more of these.
We should do more of these. Every time something new opens up, send us a message.
Please.
Get at us on that. We don't have our website yet.
Yeah,
but we will.
It's on the way.
It's being built.
It's being built.
Templates are being made, and programmers are hard at work crunching the numbers on our new website, which will be up, guys.
I think what was the last time you heard?
Like
it was
3 years, probably.
Yeah.
December
3rd, 2021. I think
something
is what
like
they
that.
said. Yeah.
Not positive. We'll keep you guys updated as we go along. But thank you for tuning in via the internet. Unless you're here right now, thank you very much. I'm making eye contact with you all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being here now.
You'd think there'd be more clapping in here, but our audience doesn't really.
It's a coffee shop.
They're not a clapping bunch.
Yeah. People often ask us that on the street. They'll say, "Why don't I hear anybody in the background?"
Right.
We're in a coffee shop.
Yeah. Exactly. It's
not
really.
People are deep into their books.
Yeah.
They're listening to us, but they're drinking. They come here for the subdued environment.
Yeah, exactly. And I like to think that they're so transfixed by us, but it's not really about clapping.
Yeah.
It's more of like a trance they're in.
Thank you, everyone, once again for tuning in. We got more episodes coming at you. We're going to be actually posting these a lot more frequent.
Sure.
So stick around. If you do have a new business or something new or a new item for us to review, we'd be happy to take a look at it and to review it. Isn't that right?
That is absolutely right. Thank you for tuning in today, everybody.
And everyone continue enjoying your summer.
Absolutely.
Don't forget the sunscreen.
Don't forget the sunscreen. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. You guys have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.